What's going on, everyone? Scott here. Welcome back to the channel. So, Survivor Season 47, Episode 11, back here to recap it. Do want to apologize. Obviously, a couple days late now getting this out here. Obviously, Thanksgiving holiday was a little bit busy, so late getting the recap out. But nonetheless, we are here to recap Episode 11. Coming down the home stretch, only a couple more episodes here left in this season. So, last time Gabe went home in a big move, getting another really strong competitor and threat out in this game. So before we do jump into this episode, if you could just hit that like and subscribe button down there. More Survivor content on the channel throughout the rest of the season and obviously in the future as well. And then also a bunch of other stuff on the channel. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a video. So back at camp, a few people comfort Kyle because him and Gabe were close on the beach here, and his threat level, Gabe's was just, threat level was kind of just climbing, and Kyle felt that he needed to get him out. And I agree. I feel like that was a good move for him and the other people that were involved in that move last tribal. Rachel talks with Sue, and Sue was like, I'm just happy it wasn't me. But as Rachel said, they were out for Tuku blood, so there was kind of no choice there. Sue says she can't trust Caroline anymore and still can't believe Kyle's here and still going on and on about this, what we've been going on for about 2 months in real life and, about 19, 20 days for now, whatever it's been on this season. But we continue on, and it's a rainy night and day at camp. Caroline still wants to talk to Sue, but Sue doesn't seem really interested. But they do end up talking, and Sue tells her why she's so upset is because she's just a loyal person. And, Caroline reassures her that it's not about their relationship, that Caroline just didn't want to be felt like that she was being followed and led along to the end. She wanted to make a move and make it appear that, which she is, and she has been playing her own game. So that's why she wanted to make a move. And she said that her biggest, being on Survivor, this was her biggest life dream. And she wanted to play a game that she would be proud of. She, says that she's lived her life trying to prove herself and that she's not a failure with, some struggles that she talked about in her life growing up with ADHD. So it was nice to see Caroline, open up there and be vulnerable with all of us. So always appreciate that here on the show. Rachel, Teeny, and Andy feel like they are the tightest three. Right now, Caroline and Sue join them at the water well to talk, and Rachel says that she feels good about the group standing here. Kind of have a 5 there, which is a majority with 8 left in the game. And as she said, that now that Gabe's gone, it's time to start thinking about endgame alliances. She wants an endgame that doesn't include Genevieve, Sam, or Kyle. Obviously, then that would work out with them 5 right there. Sue still says that her number one person to get out is Kyle. Shocker. Genevieve, Kyle, and Sam are back kind of at camp there and talking about that they're worried that the 5 of them will just try to pick them off, which seems like the route that they are trying to go. Kyle agrees that they're the 3 biggest threats in the game right now. Genevieve doesn't feel or like alliances or saying that she trusts any of these people because she reflects on her voting Kashawn out earlier in the game, and his last words to her were, I trusted you. So she said that she would rather be a villain that no one connects with than crushing someone's dreams and having that emotional connection. Sam has kind of been able to float and get along really since Sierra had got voted out, and he's done a good job navigating it since then. And Kyle did say that he had to take emotion out of the game last night with the Gabe vote and, really to make the right move. And I believe it was for him. And that's kind of how you have to play the game, to the core is kind of take emotion out of it to make the necessary moves in order to win and be successful in this game. And he feels like he is in a crushing position in this game because he feels that he has the best relationship with some of these players and can, as he kind of words it, rearrange the pieces on the board to help him in this game. Boat shows up. One person must go for a journey. Sam, Genevieve, and Rachel all want to go. Rachel mainly wants to go so Sam or Genevieve don't get any power in this game. They draw rocks for it. Rachel gets the purple rock and goes on the journey. Boat pulls up to a floating platform in the middle of the ocean. Have to slide and move the balls around in the puzzle so all the same colored balls are in each row. Only thing is, you have to toss weights in the ocean, and I believe there was 4 or 5 weights total with the, rope. You watched it, spool, rope spool that goes down as the weight goes down to the bottom of the ocean. So that's the amount of time that you have to get the advantage, to complete the puzzle, get the advantage, to grab it before the advantage falls in the ocean. and she goes through with the challenge, and oh my god, she literally got it in about 2 seconds before the table was pulled into the ocean. Was very close, was very exciting to watch, and Rachel has a lot of power in this game now. The advantage is power in the game to secretly block a vote. The person won't know by who, but you can only use it up to when there are 6 players in the game. So now she has her idol. She has this block a vote, and she's in a pretty good spot alliance wise too. So Rachel has a lot of momentum, and in my opinion, I think she is the biggest threat right now to win this game. Rachel rides back at camp, and she keeps it 99% true as she said she wanted to, but tells them exactly what happened, but says that she didn't get it in time and that she lost her vote. Sam doesn't buy it immediately, saying like this is an elaborate thing. And it's like, well, it wasn't an elaborate thing. Like it is 99% true. She just finished the puzzle and didn't lose her vote and got the advantage. But Rachel does tell Caroline and Sue that she got to block a vote. She wants to tell Andy and Teeny. Sue tells Rachel about how Gabe told her, like I think it was day one, that he had the Beware advantage and that bonded them, and that this is a similar feeling to her. Caroline is glad that she has this because she wants Rachel's threat level to continue to rise and her to be a shield later on in the game. Rachel tells Andy and Teeny that she didn't lose her vote, but that they'll talk later about what she got and, about everything. Genevieve pitches Sue or Andy if Kyle wins to Rachel. And because they're great to bring to the end and is the general consensus around camp, but Rachel tells her, she's open, but would have to think about, who and how this would happen. But as Rachel says, Genevieve is so dangerous because she's actively seeking and planning stuff in people's ear. Rachel tells Andy about this and is wondering if they should go after Genevieve first instead of Sam if Kyle does win. Immunity challenge time, and classic challenge. Love this challenge. Have to hold the rope on a platform, have to keep it steady while building the word immunity, and spotting the final 7 on the line. And an incredible back and forth challenge. Rachel pulls it out, beating Kyle by only a couple steps. Seems like an obvious vote, having a shot at Kyle, but like Rachel says, an easy vote seems like a good time to take a shot at Genevieve or Sam possibly. Sue is drooling over the fact of taking Kyle out. Teeny says, I think it would be dumb to vote anyone else out besides Kyle, so everyone has a shot in this game because he's so likable, such a good guy, and has such a good story. Sam and Genevieve don't want Kyle because they know they're kind of sitting ducks if he goes home. Andy and Kyle talk about Andy kind of wanting to flip the win switch and go after Genevieve tonight. Andy gives the group some mathematical statistics about Kyle not running the table and, it not being that risky, him winning out. Caroline says that's a bunch of baloney. Teeny hears there's valid concerns about Genevieve, but still thinks that Kyle is the smart move here. Caroline says voting out Genevieve would also be betraying Sue again and basically destroying all trust there again. At Tribal Council, Kyle tries to sell, just because he's a physical threat, maybe he hasn't done the social or strategy, part the best in this game. And, he might not even make it to an end. And even Jeff harps on that, some of the, people that have won, 4 or 5 individual immunity challenges, didn't win this game or didn't make it to the end. Not all of them have done that. So, good selling point by Kyle. See if people buy it. Probably, maybe not, but Genevieve doesn't believe it'll be a dog pile on Kyle tonight, even though Kyle was told it was him, and that kind of seems like the easy vote or consensus, but we'll see. But they do end up going to vote, and Kyle gets voted out. Genevieve got a vote by Andy, and then Teeny did get a vote by Kyle, which was kind of surprising. I'm curious if that causes any conversation back at camp after this tribal council, but I guess we'll see. So Andy threw the vote at Genevieve. Kyle threw the vote at Teeny, then everyone else was on Kyle. Preview for next week. It seems like the women are determined to make a final 4 of all women and get all the men out remaining in the game. And then Genevieve looks like is trying to make a fake immunity idol. So we'll see if that works. But anyway, that'll do it for this episode. As I said, I think Rachel is gaining a lot of steam here over the last couple episodes. And, we'll see if she can continue that upward trend and pull it out in the end, or if her threat level is getting too high and will possibly be voted out before she has a chance at the end and the title of Sole Survivor. But anyway, that'll do it for this one. Thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out.